All right, other than the sexiest man in kayak fishing, who are you?
Oh, I'm Beatty, and I'm with Jackson Kayaks.
Cool deal. How did you get started kayak fishing?
It's been a few years now, but I would have to say it goes back to Drew Gregory, honestly. I was working for a fishing company. I'm trying to give the short version of this. I was working for a fishing company and brought him in for some consultant stuff. I knew he was big in the kayak industry, and that was something we were looking to do. Had a meeting with him. Long story short, he took me out fishing, and it started a new passion of mine.
Lit the fire, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've been fishing since I could walk or ride my bike up the street to the pond, but that was it took me back to enjoying getting out in nature.
Awesome.
Not just fishing so competitively.
What's a lesson you wish you had learned early on in your kayak career?
Lesson I wish I learned early on is strap it all down.
That's a good lesson to teach anybody,
especially
right?
early on, learning the kayaks. And I mean, you know, it can come out of nowhere, and that'll probably lead into a safety question too. But
yep.
But out of nowhere, you know, you could be upside down, and a lot of expensive gear can be gone quickly.
10-4. How about a fishing tip to share? I know you're awesome on the water. How about sharing some of that knowledge?
Fishing tip, how about I give one that I don't actually practice, and that is don't retie too much. I certainly, my kayak can look like the bottom of a, you know, like I said, Bass Pro exploded or whatever. Again, the bottom of my kayak can look that way, but the guys that I fish with that are good, they stick to what they're confident in, they throw them, and I'll be back there retying a lure, and they're catching fish. So that's one that I'm still trying to implement.
I probably fall on the same thing. All right, you already alluded to one part of a safety tip. Go ahead and finish that up. How about a safety tip for us?
Safety tip is, especially in moving water, is do not try to stand up right away. Foot can get wedged in the rock real quick. You know, break something. You know, lift the feet up, let the butt take the hit, and keep rolling through the white water. So, and actually, one of those trips early on where I lost a bunch of gear, I almost got messed up there doing that too. So that's definitely one to put in the pocket.
Good deal. All right, kayak fishing dream trip.
There's been a craze of these Papayan black bass I've been seeing out in Papua New Guinea, and those things look ferocious, like a snapper, a freshwater giant snapper up under some trees. And I think that's I don't even know what it would take to get there, but that's the one right now.
10-4. What's your next planned big adventure?
Coming up this year, I got a trip planned to go down to Louisiana, Texas coast in that area. Haven't decided 100%, but I've yet to actually catch and land a giant bull red. So that's caught plenty of the fun size, but I want one that's going to tote me around a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that.
You need a strong rod and plenty of line, from what I understand.
I don't mind.
What's your favorite target species? Every time I see you got a great big old bucket mouth greenfish, so.
Yeah, that one is that one comes by default as the close by. I love catching big largemouth. But smallmouth, there's something about those rascals, man. They just keep going, keep digging, and I probably lost more smallmouth bass than I have largemouth, and I've been fishing for largemouth way longer. So it's kind of like a task to complete. Like I want to own those guys. So I love chasing the bronzebacks.
All right, you're stranded on an island. You got one lure, and I know what it's going to be probably.
You know,
it depends on whether it's freshwater or saltwater.
You know what? Oh, man.
You can hold that one close to the vest.
Yeah,
if you need.
that one's holding close, but I mean it's out there. People know it. But I love fishing a whopper plopper. So caught several different species on it, and it's just it's a fun bait to fish.
What's your favorite time of the year to fish?
I love the fall season all around, just everything that comes around that. And it can be a little hairy trying to fish during that time of year with all the leaves on the water, but it's still my favorite time to be out there and just enjoying God's beautiful creation.
So scenic and prolific.
Oh,
that's two pluses.
The fish are feeding up then too. They're getting ready for winter, so they're usually a little bit aggressive then too. So I love an aggressive fish.
Another wild card question. Any other passions other than fishing? What makes Brooks tick?
Well, I've been outside since I was a kid. I love everything outdoors, but really to kind of fine tune that, I just love being around friends and family. So it's almost more of a time, like spending quality time with people. Trips like this down here, whether it's just sipping on a sweet tea, talking to somebody at the house. You know, So for me, it's just what makes me take spending quality time with people I care about.
Cool deal. One last tip. Any hair care plans for future kayakers? No, I'm just...
Don't over condition.